After that, the parade will move into review order. Your Excellencies, after review order, I will request everyone to cast their eyes to the east of the ceremonial ground, where my hand is pointing. There will be another parade going on in the air. Please rise for the anthem. Your Excellencies, your eyes across the horizon to the east. There are already formations in the air. It's a fly past, and it's being performed by the caravan formation. Caravans play a role of transport, medical evacuation, battlefield command and control, and communication from the Uganda People's Defense Forces Air Force. And there they come. They are under the command of Major Job Osret. The caravans shall be followed by the Falcon formation. So, Major Job Osret showing us what they can do best. Across the horizon, Your Excellency, we see the helicopters. In the lead is the helicopter flying the Uganda flag, celebrating Uhuru, the independence of the Liberated Republic. If the club, let's make it real for our independence. These are under the command of Hussein Waiswa. And immediately in Tao is the Viper formation under the command of Lieutenant Colonel George Buga. In the lead is the transport chopper, but in Tao are the attack helicopters that perform major operations in air support. Again, back to the horizon, we have the Puma formation. Puma formation is being commanded by Lieutenant Nathan Mwebesa. Lastly, in the fly past, now that's the commander talking to us. I will await, give him time to communicate to Your Excellencies and our guests. As
Tiger formation, setting course.
Go ahead. Let's report over it.
Credit for flyby.
Let's report over Kororo and get the Banda report when they start.
Tiger formation. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Colin Aido, Commander of the Air Parade Fly Past today. On behalf of the entire crew, I wish Your Excellency and all Ugandans a happy anniversary. 60th Independence Anniversary. Long live Your Excellency, long live UPDF, and long live Uganda. For God and my country.
Thank you very much, Commander. Your Excellencies, I request that we give a hand clap to the Commander and his team as we see the Tiger formation. There it emerges to at the horizon, commanded by Lieutenant Colonel Colin Zainomcha, fourth generation multi-role combat task. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, we salute you for building capacity of the Uganda People's Defense Forces. Now I request we shift our eyes to the sky above the ground, because Your Excellency, the sons and daughters of this country now can drop from the air to support the ground troops in different combat roles. So when you look up in the sky, very soon we shall be seeing these young men dropping out of the aircraft and will land safely here in Kololo. So when our parliament allocates us resources, they are put to use to build capacity in the defense of our motherland and the entire Africa. So you're about to watch the first airborne unit scan day. Your Excellency, the dropping will be done at 11,000 feet. That's where from the ground, or above the ground. And I was saying that it is the first airborne unit skydiving team.
Your Excellency, this is Captain Amos Basime, the team leader of skydiving team from Space Forces Command. We are at 12,000 feet above the sea level. We are going to exit and free fall for 7,000 feet. Then parachute at 5, open parachute at 5,000 feet. Permission is carry on and happy independence, Your Excellency.
You are allowed to go ahead. Your Excellencies, you heard for yourselves. At 11,000, they will dive out, free fall up 7,000 feet, and at 5,000, release the parachute, and they will land behind the parade here in the ceremonial ground. If you look across in the sky, the aircraft is there between the set of clouds. I know the birds have mixed in, but the aircraft is steadily moving. It's not zigzagging like the flies, I mean the birds. It has now come below the other set of clouds, and we are about to see the divers exit. I would request the cameraman over the screens to focus on the aircraft above so that other people can see. So far, 4 have exited. We can see the first parachute, the second, the third, the fourth one, as the aircraft moves to the west. The paratroopers use a wing parachute capable of flight and precise control that requires high skills. Today, the habit of skydiving has become very popular in special forces unit operations from all over the world, who use it as an operational ability to arrive from the air in a separate way while navigating to a precise point on the ground. There you are, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Those are your sons that have been trained to support ground forces in the combat operations. Those who have clapped, thank you so much. The parachute equipment allows commando teams to jump with the personal combat equipment and weapons as they take advantage. Your Excellencies, the first jumper is about to hit the ground just behind the parade. And there it is. An applause for this jumper. He has successfully landed. Two more are about to hit the ground as well. If you look up, they are all carrying our national flag. Skillfully controlling the parachute to take him where he wants to land, not just the wind. There we go. There we go. There we go. The legs have come together. There we go. And successfully gets to the ground. That one next. There we go. There we go. And he lands successfully. Next is coming, being escorted by the birds. Nature acknowledges the skill as well. There we are. There we are. There we are. There we are, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. And he lands successfully on his feet. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the last jumper, as he heads for the ground, skillful maneuvering. The person in charge of the floats, you are next. And I will hand over later, after that, the jump. I'll hand over to my colleague Alice to invite the floats. The final leg, there we are. There we are. There we are. There we are. And finally he's on the ground successfully. Shall we give a round of applause to the first team of jumpers in this country? Thank you so much, Your Excellencies. Alice.
Thank you. Your Excellency, now from the air we have come back to the ground. Your Excellency, we are talking about the shared destiny of Africa. You have been emphasizing energy infrastructure, and now we have also the Pearl of Africa, the Pearl Africa satellite. Your Excellency, we are now going to see the floats showing how far we have gone in science, technology, and innovation. Therefore, Your Excellency, I would like you to Your Excellency, please allow me to call Mr. Muwanguzi J.B. Abraham, who is the team leader, Policy and Planning, the Science, Technology and Innovation Secretariat, to come and talk about the floats which are coming now, to show how far we have gone as we leap into the fourth industrial revolution. Mr. Mwanguzi Abraham.
Thank you, Your Excellency and Your Excellencies. As already mentioned, Uganda is making strides in harnessing science, technology, and innovation. And as you say, Your Excellency, if Africa does not embrace fully science and technology, we are not going to be fully independent. The Secretariat of Science and Technology is working at growing the contribution of knowledge, and as I speak, I request the team that is presenting to be moving to show Your Excellencies what I'm talking about. So it is working to grow the contribution of knowledge of goods and services in the national economy in order to enhance productivity in all sectors, facilitate import substitution. Uganda is blessed with many resources, and these are mostly taken out unprocessed. And you have always emphasized we need to process our raw materials, and then also promote export of science and technology-led innovations. In all that we are doing, our goal is to make Uganda the best and most technologically advanced nation in the region and beyond. And I say that quietly, that our neighbors will not hear, but if they hear, we are also willing to work together to make the East African region the best and most technologically advanced region in Africa and beyond. So, Your Excellency and Your Excellencies, we do this through 8 value chains, and we are going to see 4 of those. The others are focusing on import substitution, productivity acceleration, export promotion, and ensuring that we have the necessary infrastructure to promote science, technology, and innovation. And what you're going to see, Your Excellencies, include the mobility value chain, which is leading. Those bikes which are coming are electric bikes, and these bikes have worked very well. Your Excellency, Dr. Ruto, I can tell you that these have worked very well for the hustlers in Uganda, and I believe they can do a great job for our brothers and sisters in Kenya, because those electric bikes which are leading the procession are 10% cheaper to buy, 67% cheaper to maintain, and they are 10% cheaper to run than their fuel equivalent. We have worked as STI with the private sector, the different ministries and agencies and academia in developing those electric bikes, and to date there are about 200 bikes in Uganda with different charging points and battery swapping stations, and we look at having 300,000 electric bikes by 2026. Then the float which is coming before you, at the front it has the pathogen economy, which is looking at making money from diseases. The tractor before you, Your Excellencies, is also an electric tractor, and all those are on the market. In front of that first truck is displaying the pathogen economy, which is looking at making money from diseases. So it is looking at making, selling, and use of goods and services that are related to prevention and control and treatment of different pathogens, both in animal and plants, together with human beings. And to date, we have 5 vaccines which are already on animal trial. We have 6 kits for testing different diseases, and we're also working on constructing a plant for mass manufacture. So we work with different researchers and innovators who are in the herbal area. We want to make use of our traditional medicine, standardize it, and make it internationally acceptable. Your Excellencies, on the same float at the back, we have the Industry 4+ value chain. Today, we are talking about electronics, artificial intelligence, cyber security, robotics, big data, nanotechnology, additive manufacturing. But we have noted that in Uganda, all this infrastructure is 99% involving things that are imported. So we have started on the journey of identifying and supporting research in these technologies and to provide for prototyping, testing, and validating market ready. And we have started the journey with the manufacture of microchips and local electronics, still working with the private sector. Your Excellencies, the float which is standing and has blue towers with a plane on top is looking at displaying the plans we have for aeronautics and space science, as we've seen the display up. This is looking at innovation in space exploration, Earth observations, such as satellites, establishment of space agency, and to date, training has already taken place for Ugandan engineers in Japan, and this training resulted in the manufacture of the very first satellite for Uganda, called the Pearl Africa Sat-1. It was tested for space worthiness by the Japan Aerospace Agency and found worthy to go in orbit. And on 16th November of this year, NASA is going to launch our Ugandan satellite into orbit. And the Mpoma Satellite Earth Station is going to act as the command center. And the work on its refurbishment are being completed by the National Enterprise Corporation. And that float represents what we can do with the data. Early earth warning systems, information on agribusiness, infrastructure applications, space monitoring, mining and exploration, and even prediction of population density in our country. So that is what we saw there. And then lastly, we have a product of Kiramoto Corporation. Those are the two buses which you see. The white one is an electric bus. Kiramoto's Corporation is a government-owned entity, 100%, and it is leading the transition to electric mobility by 2040. It is the one that is working with the private sector on the electric bikes and the tractors to see that we transition fully. So that white bus has free internet. It has an electrically controlled air suspension system, charging points, and it can go up to 300 kilometers on a single charge. Those buses are already on the roads of Kampala and plying the routes. Then the second bus, which is behind, is the diesel coach, which is an executive coach with toilets inside, fridge, Wi-Fi, charging points, and very, very comfortable seats. And that bus can be made either in diesel or fully electric. So the Kiramoto's is leading the e-mobility transition at all levels: water, land, air, and probably, Your Excellencies, one time when you return to Uganda, you might come in a plane which is designed and manufactured in Uganda. So we request and call upon for the regional support. Those buses are ready and orders can be made. Those electric bikes are ready and orders can be made. So, Your Excellency, John Yoweri Museveni, I request that you pass on our request to the Excellencies who are here to place orders. We are ready to supply. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Your Excellency, when Jesus was calling his 12 disciples, there was one called Philip. He went and found one who was called Nathanael. He told Nathanael, "We have found the Messiah, the Christ, who is from Nazareth." Nathanael said to Philip, "Wait a minute, can anything good come out of Nazareth?" Philip told him, "Come and see." So, Your Excellency, if anybody is asking, can all these things come from Uganda, we shall just tell them, just come and see. We have them. Your Excellency, at this juncture, we would like to call upon the Director of Ceremonies to take over the function, the Honorable Minister of the Presidency, Honorable Miri Babalanda, take over the function. Your Excellency, thank you and congratulations on the 60th anniversary of our independence.
Your Excellency, President of the Republic of Uganda, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, and National Chairman of the mighty Patena retired General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. The First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Mama Janet Kataha Museveni, Her Excellency the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, retired Major Jessica Alupo Rose Pell, His Lordship the Chief Justice Alphonse Owiny-Dollo, the Right Honourable Deputy Speaker of Parliament Thomas Taeva, the Right Honourable First Vice Chairman of the NRM Party, retired Brigadier General Alhaj Moses Chigongo, the Right Honourable Prime Minister Robina Nabanja, the Right Honourable Second Deputy Prime Minister and Deputy Leader of Government Business in Parliament, retired General Moses Ali, the Right Honourable Third Deputy Prime Minister and Minister without Portfolio, Lukia Isanga Nakadama, the Right Honourable NRM Secretary General Richard Todrong, my colleagues, the Honourable Ministers, the Ministers of State present, all the heads of diplomatic missions present, all the members of Parliament present, all the former national leaders. Here, Your Excellency, we do have the Right Honourable Mama Mbabas, the former Prime Minister and former National Secretary General. We do have the Honourable Right Honourable Ruhakana Rugunda, the former Prime Minister, and the Right Honourable Chintu Musoke, also the former Prime Minister. All the traditional leaders present, all the religious leaders present, the IGG, Deputy Head of Public Service, the Permanent Secretaries, Service Chiefs. Here, Your Excellency, we do have the CDF, the IGP, and the Commissioner General of Prisons, the Senior Presidential Advisors, the Resident City Commissioners, my daughter, the National Youth Council representative, Chichoncho Brenda, and all other invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, allow me to introduce to you the East African President of the East African Community. The President of the Republic of Burundi and Chairman of the East African Community, His Excellency Evariste Ndayishimiye. The President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto. Your Excellency Dr. Ruto is accompanied by his First Lady, the First Lady of Kenya, Mrs. Rachel Ruto. The President of the Republic of South Sudan, His Excellency Salva Kiir Mayardit. The President of the Federal Republic of Somalia, His Excellency Hassan Sheikh Mohamud. His Excellency Dr. Hussein Ali Mwinyi, President of Zanzibar, representing Her Excellency Samia Suluhu Hassan, the President of the United Republic of Tanzania. Your Excellency is accompanied by the First Lady, Mrs. Mariam Hamman Mwinyi. His Excellency Liao Ebu Jean-Pierre, Vice Prime Minister and Minister of Public Service, representing His Excellency Felix Tshisekedi, President of Democratic Republic of Congo. Honorable Professor Manasseh Nshuti, Minister of State for East African Community Affairs of the Republic of Uganda, representing His Excellency Paul Kagame, the President of the Republic of Rwanda. Honorable Dr. Peter Mutuku Mathuki, Secretary General of the East African Community Affairs. Honorable Colonel Sadio Kamara, Minister of State, Minister of Defense of the Republic of Mali, Your Excellency is leading a delegation of other 6 senior officials. Your Excellency, these are your special guests. Miss Nafisatu is a special guest from Kuwait. Mr. Meshal J. Al-Saba is also a special guest from Kuwait. Mr. Arnold Roget, Your Excellency, is also a special guest. Celine El Abed is also a special guest. Emma Gordon is also a special guest. Honorable Serada Mohammed Abdallah, Your Excellency, is also a special guest. Guledi Abinasel is also a special guest. And Enrica Pinetti is also a special guest. Your Excellency, the theme for this year's independence anniversary is a declaration of African interdependence and our shared destiny. Your Excellency the President and the visiting heads of state and government, all Ugandans in attendance here and online, ladies and gentlemen, please join me to thank the Almighty God for enabling Uganda to attain 60 years of independence today and for giving abundant life to our dear President, His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who has sacrificed a great deal to serve his country. Your Excellency, sir, you will always be our hero for the peace and stability we now enjoy, for the clear-headed and visionary leadership, and for the great milestone attained in transforming Uganda and the East African region as a whole. Your Excellency, you are a very special person, and you wish well Uganda and East Africa. The good reception you received while in Rwanda, in Southern Sudan, and recently in Nairobi, Kenya, during the inauguration of His Excellency Dr. William Ruto as President of the Republic of Kenya, who described you as the father of the region, are a testimony to your statesmanship. His Excellency President Ruto's words cannot be taken for granted. Indeed, you are a real statesman, a freedom fighter, and the father of the region, not only because of your age, but largely your continuous guidance on issues of leadership, security, and integration of the region. Your Excellency, it is also testimony of how much the people of the region trust and have hope in you, especially to steer the road to full East African integration. Indeed, it will be such a wonderful experience to realize this full integration during your lifetime. You have invested a great deal of your time marketing the values of East African integration, and now that the region is stable, on behalf of all Ugandans, Your Excellency, who are here today, and those following the various media platforms, I hereby make a passionate appeal to all the East African heads of state to expedite the issue of East African integration. The process has been so slow that it can be said that some of the challenges we face now are attributed to this delay. Lastly, Your Excellency, on behalf of all Ugandans who may not have had the chance to speak through this microphone, and indeed on my behalf, I wish to express our solidarity with you regarding the matter of the oil pipeline. Ugandans are with you in all your plans to develop our motherland. In the book of Psalms, chapter 33, verse 10, the Lord says that He will destroy the ill plans of the nations and fail the bad missions of the actors. Your Excellency, all the evil plans against our oil project by those who are not so kind to us will not succeed. At the end of the day, we will be victorious. It is said that lies move faster than the truth. However, when the truth overtakes the lies, it completely overshadows it. At this juncture, Your Excellency, and in view of the time constraints, allow me, sir, to invite you to come and address the nation. I thank you all.
His Excellency President Ndayishimiye, President of the Republic of Burundi, and Chairperson of the East African Community now, His Excellency General Salva Kiir Mayardit, President of the Republic of South Sudan. You people, when you call your vehicle, these buses which are here, you call them Kira. That is the name of General Salva Kiir. Kiir in their language is the same as Kira. Because in their language it means, Kiir means the knife. And that's what it means here. His Excellency Dr. William Ruto, the newly elected President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency Sheikh Hussein, the President of the Federal Republic of Somalia, His Excellency Hussein Mwinyi, President of Zanzibar, representing Her Excellency Suluhu Hassan, President of the United Republic of Tanzania, the Deputy Prime Minister from Congo, the Minister from the Republic of Rwanda, representing His Excellency Paul Kagame, the Secretary General of the East African Community, and all the other invited guests. Your Excellencies, we are still observing semi-lockdown for Corona. Therefore, this celebration is not open to the public. They are watching from the TVs. The people you see here are all invited people, mainly leaders from the districts who are representing their people. But the country is following on television because we are still fighting Corona, and also this now Ebola, but by the time we planned this, there was no Ebola, it was mainly Corona. So therefore, before I speak, I would like to ask three of their excellencies to come here and greet you on behalf of the others and give you some words of advice. The first to speak should be the Mugore. Mugore in our language here means a new couple. And this is Dr. William Ruto, the President of Kenya. And then he will be followed by General Salva Kiir Mayardit, because that one will represent the elders, other than myself. Is the one who comes. He's my young brother, just a bit smaller than me. And then finally, our chairman of the East African Community, His Excellency Ndayishimiye.
Thank you, sir. Asante sana mzee. Your Excellency, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the great country of Uganda, Your Excellencies, Heads of State and Government, First Lady Mama Janet Museveni, leaders present, distinguished Ugandans, and the great people of East Africa, good afternoon. First, I bring you greetings from your brothers and sisters in Kenya, both Kenyans and Ugandans and East Africans. They have sent me with greetings on this very important day while you celebrate 60 years of your independence. Congratulations, Your Excellency, Mr. President, congratulations, the great people of Uganda. And accompanying those greetings is our commitment to our region. Mzee Museveni, as I said, is our elder. We have tremendous respect for him, and we look up to him to now work so that we can eliminate the borders that separate our people in East Africa and in Africa. It is very clear to us that we cannot share poverty and we cannot share hunger, but we can share opportunity and we can share prosperity. It is our place as leaders and as citizens of the East Africa region for us to work together so that we can transform our borders, which today stand out as barriers, and convert them to bridges so that goods, services, and people can move across this East Africa without any impediments. Your Excellency, as our elder, President Museveni, you have the challenge to lead the charge on ensuring that we bring down the boundaries and the borders and the barriers so that we can have a borderless East Africa community. We are looking in our lifetime, in the next few years, that people, goods, and services can move across this East Africa as we lead the way in ensuring that the Africa Continental Free Trade Area becomes a reality. Your Excellency, I did instruct the Minister for Trade in Kenya to work with the Minister of Trade in Uganda so that together we can formulate and sign into the guided trade agreement that will facilitate the Africa Continental Free Trade Area to begin to become a reality, and so that we can harness the opportunities for investment, for trade, and for people to work together in our region. Finally, I have a word for our business people. The business people in our region are lagging behind the policymakers. I want to ask our entrepreneurs, our business people, the investor community in our region to take advantage of the infrastructure provided by the EAC and the ACFTA to transform our region. There is absolutely no reason why food cannot be available in our region. If there is food in Uganda, it should find its way to Kenya. If there is opportunity in Kenya, Ugandans should be able to access that opportunity. I am looking forward, Your Excellency, Mr. President, to you leading us in this region so that we can truly build prosperity and harness opportunity in our region for the mutual benefit of the 300 million people in EAC and the 1.2 billion people in the African continent. Your Excellency, to our business community, today we import 1.2 million tons of fertilizer into East Africa community, while we have the raw material for us to manufacture that fertilizer and save ourselves foreign exchange and create opportunity for jobs while we manufacture fertilizer for our own use in this region. We spend $500 million every year to import clinker for our cement manufacture, for our construction. That too, we have the raw materials in Kenya, in Tanzania, and in Uganda to produce clinker, and we can save $500 million from and wealth being exported from our region. Let me also say that we spend another $500 million every year to import steel for construction into our region. We have the raw materials in Uganda, we have gas in Uganda, we have the opportunity in Kenya, we have the raw materials in our region. Our business people should harness those opportunities, leverage on the friendship that we have as East Africans, and save us the foreign exchange and create jobs for the millions of young people in our region so that we can create wealth, we can share opportunity, and we can share prosperity. Your Excellency, with age and with experience comes responsibility. You have the age, you have the experience. Take the responsibility and lead the charge. Asanteni sana, thank you very much, and may the good Lord bless you.
Your Excellency, President Yoweri Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, Your Excellencies, heads of the state and government, Excellencies, members of the diplomatic corps and international community, Your Excellencies, representatives of regional and international organizations, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, allow me, on behalf of the people of the Republic of South Sudan, and their government, to congratulate my brother, President Yoweri Museveni, and all the Ugandan people on this occasion of the 60th anniversary of your country's independence. I join you, I'm delighted to join you in the celebration of this historic milestone, given the special relationship South Sudan enjoys with our sisterly Republic of Uganda. Let me also recognize and honor the men and women who made ultimate sacrifices 60 years ago to liberate Uganda from colonial rule. Without them, this day would not have come to pass. And through them, Uganda is spearheading the liberation of many African countries, including South Sudan. As the theme of this celebration states, October 9th, a declaration of African independence and our shared destiny. Africa remains the last global economic frontier with untapped potential in both human and natural resources. This theme calls upon us to dedicate ourselves to the task of pursuing ideas of Pan-Africanism, such as strengthening inter-regional trade and cooperation within our borders. It is only through this that we can achieve our objective of economic prosperity in East Africa and across the continent. As Africans, this must be our century to uplift our people out of the abject poverty, chronic diseases, and ignorance. Guided by our common values and interests to effectively determine our shared destiny, we must strive to build a better future for the next generations and collectively overcome the patronizing foreign control of our affairs. Finally, Your Excellency, I urge my counterparts within the East African community to join hands and work together for the common good of all Africans. I wish you all a happy 60th anniversary celebrations. Thank you all, and may God bless Uganda. Thank you.
Your Excellency, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of Republic of Uganda, Mama First Lady of Uganda, Your Excellencies, Head of States and Government, Excellencies, Head of Delegation, distinguished guests, all protocol observed, dear people of Uganda, muli bulungi bana Uganda, Uganda oye, independence oye, bayoza yoza kulunaku luno olukulu. Your Excellency, let me start by thanking God who granted me and my delegation a safe journey up to this beautiful country, Uganda. On behalf of the Burundian people, the government of Burundi, and on my own behalf, I extend my heartfelt gratitude for such a warm welcome granted to myself and my delegation since we arrived in your beautiful country. Burundi's historic and strong brotherhood with Uganda is of inestimable value to our respective people, and we are honored and happy to join you as you celebrate 60 years of independence. Your Excellency, as we all know, Independence Day is always a time to reflect on the milestones of our national history in order to make a fresh start. It is the same thing with us. The history of Uganda has many similarities with the history of Burundi. Your Excellency President, this celebration should be a reminder to all East Africans of the impact of colonization left behind in our countries and knowledge that the worst among them was division. I am sure that here there are Ugandan people came from Burundi, as there are Burundian people came from Uganda before colonization. We are one people. This is our heritage. Unfortunately, yet there are Africans who like to maintain colonization ideology which came with egoism, nepotism, and imperialism. Excellency, for me, I note that we can only be strong when we come together, when we are one people with one destiny. I wish at this occasion to congratulate you, Excellency, for having managed to heal psychological traumas resulting from dark periods of your nation's history, and for building the Uganda economy to such an extent that my fellow Burundians have found a great market here for some of their daily needs. Burundians will never forget the contribution you made for the return of peace, stability, and democracy in Burundi as chairperson of regional initiative. Thank you again, Your Excellency, for your wise contribution to establish peace in the region. We Burundian people and East African people, we boast of having you as the Sage of the region. Your Excellency, in this highly symbolic commemoration, my dearest wish is to see a reintegrated East Africa and a united Africa, and this can only be reached when we are economically, culturally, politically independent and stable. It is high time we strengthen our regional integration and build a more prosperous and powerful East African community having one market and one voice. This is our ultimate goal as East African, realizing the political federation. That is the reason why I commend and congratulate regional companies that have already opened branches in Burundi and encourage others to do the same. Our community is one of the most successful in Africa, and it is my sincere hope that our success will inspire other similar regional settings. Excellency, I would not finish my remark without saying a word about the commendable job we are doing to bring peace and stability in the east of Democratic Republic of Congo. I recently had a meeting with the United Nations Secretary General on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly, and he assured me of his full support of the Nairobi initiative. He asked me to personally tell you, together with the head of states of the East African Community member states, that he is proud of your work. He wishes you every success which will bring about the reduction of MONUSCO numbers while strengthening the East African force at the same time. For the sake of peace, nothing should stand on our way towards bringing security to the people of DRC and stabilizing the region. Once again, Your Excellency, I congratulate you. Fe abarundi tubagara nyonyo. Katonda abawe emikasa nemirembe. Asante sana. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Murakoze cyane. Mwebare. God bless you.
President abagambye nti abarundi wano bajudde bano betuyita baganda basinga barundi nyakuboho yaravuze ngo abarundi ahangaha ni benshi cyane we cannot go without hearing a word from the excellencies who are here. His Excellency, the President of Somalia, I would like to invite him to say some words, and His Excellency, President of Zanzibar, His Excellency Mwinyi, and then the Deputy Prime Minister of Congo, and the Minister from Rwanda. It's better they all say something to you.
His Excellency President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda, heads of states and governments, respected dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor and a pleasure to be here with you all to celebrate with you the independence of the beautiful and rich land of Uganda and its people. Uganda is a land blessed with human capital, natural resources, and a spirit of success which radiates from the people of Uganda. In this regard, I, on behalf of myself and the Somali government and its people, sincerely congratulate the government and the people of Uganda on the hard-won 60th independence anniversary. Since independence, Somalia and Uganda have been strong allies with a shared agenda and ambition for sustainable development. Our two nations not only share a rich history but a future of common opportunities which we are determined to benefit from the betterment of our two peoples. Our partnership for progress started before the independence of our two nations. Somalia stood by Uganda's independence, and these bonds of friendship broadly continued after the struggle of the independence. Today, Somalia and Uganda face a common enemy in international terrorism. On the security front, Somalia and Uganda and all other troop-contributing countries are laying the foundation for a secure, progressive, and prosperous Somalia and the wider region by actively supporting our government's effort to annihilate Al-Shabaab once and for all. We are grateful to Uganda for training many of our brave security forces who are on the front line in the fight against international terrorism as we are attending this great opportunity this day, this hour. Mr. President, I would like to take this opportunity to express our nation's gratitude for the noble sacrifices of young men and women from Uganda and other troop-contributing countries in our joint fight against international terrorism. We Somalis are deeply conscious of your country's relentless contribution towards our peace building and commemorate those sacrifices with our commitment to peace and prosperous future for generations to come in Somalia. Since the independence, Uganda has come a very long way under the able leadership of President Yoweri Museveni, who has dedicated his life to ensuring the progress of Uganda and its citizens. This is an exemplary step taken towards a nation building. Today, both the government and the people of Uganda are on the right path to sustainable development, and they must be proud of this as we are all with them. In this auspicious day, we look forward to continuing our partnership and cooperation. I wish the Ugandan government and its people even greater success and development in the future to come. I say all, Happy Independence Day to all Ugandans. I thank you.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Mr. Kaguta Yoweri Museveni, Your Excellencies, Heads of State and Government, and our brothers from Uganda, good afternoon. I bring His Excellency President Paul Kagame greetings and that of the people of Rwanda for these celebrations that you have today, 60 years after independence. Your Excellency, some of us have been in Uganda since you took power many years ago. Uganda has transformed beyond recognition. Congratulations, Ugandans, and Your Excellency. Your Excellency, the people of Rwanda and the people of Uganda are brothers and sisters brought together by one unity of purpose and indeed destiny. We wish to remain so forever. Your Excellency, as part of East African community, we applaud your achievements and indeed the unity you have in this country and the one that, of course, you wish to bring in the region. And, of course, you can count on Rwanda to be part of that unity and process. Indeed, with these few remarks, Your Excellency, I again wish the people of Uganda the best over the 60 years now and many years to come. Thank you, Excellency.
Mheshimiwa Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, Rais wa Uganda, waheshimiwa wakuu wa nchi na serikali mliopo hapa, waheshimiwa viongozi mbalimbali, viongozi wa serikali ya Uganda, wageni waalikwa, mabibi na mabwana. Naomba mniruhusu nizungumze kwa lugha ya Afrika Mashariki, lugha ya Kiswahili. Kwanza kabisa napenda nichukue fursa hii nimshukuru Mwenyezi Mungu kwa kutujalia uhai na afya njema na kuweza kukutana leo hapa katika shughuli hii muhimu ya kuadhimisha miaka 60 ya uhuru wa taifa la Uganda. Pili, naleta salamu za pongezi kutoka kwa Rais wa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania, Mheshimiwa Samia Suluhu Hassan, kwako Mheshimiwa Rais Museveni na kwa wananchi wote wa Uganda, anakupeni pongezi kubwa sana kwa kuadhimisha siku hii. Aidha, nimesimama hapa kuleta salamu za upendo kutoka kwa wananchi wa Tanzania kwa ndugu zao wananchi wa Uganda kwa kuadhimisha miaka 60 ya uhuru, lakini vile vile kwa kupiga hatua kubwa ya kimaendeleo katika uchumi na kijamii katika kipindi hichi cha miaka 60 ya uhuru. Hongereni sana na kupeni salamu za wananchi ndugu zenu kutoka Tanzania. Leo si siku ya kusema mengi, ni siku ya kutoa pongezi tu kwenu, lakini naomba mniruhusu niseme moja tu la umuhimu mkubwa kwa nchi zetu mbili, nalo linalohusu bomba la mafuta. Na naomba niliseme kwa Kiingereza ili nieleweke vizuri zaidi. Your Excellencies, our two countries are undertaking many joint projects in various fields, notably in the energy and transport sectors. Among those projects is the construction of the East African crude oil pipeline from Hoima, Uganda to Tanga, Tanzania, which is expected to be the longest heated oil pipeline in the world. When completed, this project will not only boost the economy of our two countries, but also create employment, knowledge transfer, skills development, and unlock East African oil potential by attracting investment and improve the livelihoods of our people, improve the livelihoods of the people of our two countries and the region as a whole. Therefore, I urge the private sector from both countries to take lead in this mega project. Doing so, the private sector will employ our people and bring better life to our communities. In this regard, Tanzania and Uganda should not be deterred by any condemnations made against the project, which are based on misinformation. We should instead remain steadfast in implementing this strategic project, which will bring huge benefits not only to our two countries but the whole East African region. Baada ya kusema maneno hayo, kwa mara nyingine tena nichukue fursa hii kukupeni hongera sana kwa kuadhimisha miaka 60 ya uhuru. Mungu ibariki Uganda, Mungu ibariki Afrika Mashariki, Mungu ibariki Afrika. Asanteni sana kwa kunisikiliza.
Shukuru, Allah shukuru, Maula shukuru, Allah shukuru, Maula Allah, Maula Allah, Maula shukuru, Maula shukuru, Maula jala jalalu, Mohana karimu.
Excellences, Monsieur le Président de la République de l'Ouganda, Général Kaguta Museveni, Leurs Excellences, Messieurs les chefs d'État et chefs de délégation, Mesdames et Messieurs, en vos titres et qualités,
Ladies and gentlemen, in your capacities.
Il a plu à son Excellence Félix Antoine Tshisekedi Tshilombo, président de la République démocratique du Congo,
President Tshisekedi
Head of State of the Democratic Republic of Congo,
de me confier la lourde mission de venir transmettre à son homologue et frère, le général Kaguta Museveni, ainsi qu'au peuple ougandais, les félicitations du peuple de la République démocratique du Congo, à l'ensemble du peuple ougandais, à l'occasion de la célébration de cette journée historique qui commémore l'anniversaire de l'indépendance de la République de l'Ouganda.
His Excellency, the President of the Democratic Republic of Congo, has given me this heavy task to come and represent him here, carry a special message to the people of Uganda, and congratulate them upon achieving this 60th independence anniversary.
Il m'a aussi chargé de transmettre au vaillant peuple de l'Ouganda le message de paix et de fraternité.
He has also entrusted me with a task of conveying a message of peace and brotherhood to all the Ugandans.
La paix, parce que notre région, notre espace géographique a longtemps souffert de troubles armés, de conflits armés, de problèmes sécuritaires.
Why peace? Because our region, our geographic area has for a long time suffered from troubles, from wars, and from insecurity.
Ces problèmes méritent que nos efforts soient conjugués, que nous puissions mutualiser nos énergies, nos forces, afin de construire ensemble une paix durable et définitive.
This problem requires us to pull our forces together to work towards restoring peace and ensuring sustainable peace.
À l'est du pays, le sang, à l'est de la République démocratique du Congo, le sang a beaucoup coulé. Dans notre région, le sang a beaucoup coulé.
In Eastern Congo, in our region, blood has been shed.
Il est temps pour le président de la République démocratique du Congo de construire un nouveau monde, de construire une paix durable qui va permettre le décollage de notre région, de nos pays respectifs, qui va permettre à ce que nous puissions léguer à nos enfants une région de paix avec des opportunités de développement et d'émergence.
It is now time for the government of the Democratic Republic of Congo to fix what has gone wrong so that even our children in future find a stable region.
Il a aussi transmis donc un message de fraternité parce que nos pays sont condamnés à vivre ensemble.
He has also sent me to tell you that he is the message he sent is a message of brotherhood, because our countries have been condemned to work together, to live together.
Voisins, nous l'étions hier, voisins, nous le sommes aujourd'hui, voisins, nous le resterons éternellement.
We were neighbors in the past, we are neighbors today, and we shall remain neighbors in the future.
Tout ce qui touche la
What affects Uganda affects the Democratic Republic of Congo. What affects the Democratic Republic of Congo affects Uganda. We have a lot to share in this region, in this geographical area.
À l'occasion de cette célébration, nous souhaitons profiter de la grande expérience d'un homme qui a tout vécu, qui maîtrise l'histoire de notre région et qui donc a la responsabilité de veiller à ce que nos enfants, nos arrière-petits-enfants puissent vivre demain dans un monde de paix. Parce que la plus grande bataille qui nous reste à mener, c'est sans nul doute la bataille pour l'avènement d'une paix durable et fraternelle.
On this 60th independence occasion, we should take advantage of the great experience of someone in this region who knows the history very well, and that history is supposed to guide us to ensure that our children and grandchildren live in peace, and that this peace should be sustainable.
C'est donc en agissant ensemble, dans la fraternité, dans la sincérité, que nous réussirons à réconcilier nos différents peuples avec l'avenir et l'espoir d'une vie meilleure.
It is through working together in the spirit of brotherhood that we will succeed to ensure that our children find sustainable peace.
Que vive la République de l'Ouganda. Que vive le peuple de l'Ouganda.
Long live the people of Uganda.
Et que Dieu bénisse à jamais notre continent et notre région. Je dis et je vous remercie.
And may God bless our country. May God bless our region. May God bless us all. I thank you for listening to me.
Excellencies, heads of state and heads of delegation who have been introduced from the brotherly countries of the East African community, and from other friendly countries, Their Excellency, the First Ladies, Her Excellency Vice President of Uganda, Right Honorable Speaker, His Lordship Chief Justice, the Right Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Ministers, Members of Parliament, Secretary General of the NRM Party, members of the Diplomatic Corps, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I thank their excellencies, the heads of state, for agreeing to come and share with us this joyous occasion in spite of their busy schedule. I also thank the brother countries that sent delegations. Secondly, I congratulate all Ugandans on this occasion of the 60th anniversary of Uganda's independence. It has been quite an eventful 60 years. Naye abaganda tugamba nti ekitata muyima tekimumalako nte. If a muhima does not die, even if the cattle die, you will always get new cattle. In spite of the numerous problems over these 60 years, Uganda is now standing and marching forward. It is not only Uganda that faced problems. So did many African countries, as the president of Burundi was telling you. That is why, on this occasion, I would like to ask the African political class the following two questions. The two historical questions are, number one, are there professors of economics in Africa? Mbuza, waliwo abasoma ebya enyingiza y'amawanga? That is question number one. Are there professors of economics in Africa? Second question, is the African political class determined to build a Latin America in Africa instead of building the United States of Africa in Africa? This generation, 60 years, what are we building? Are we building a Latin America in Africa or a United States of Africa in Africa? And I'm glad many of the leaders have spoken already on this very issue. They have all spoken on it, the ones who are here. Even by the time we defeated Idi Amin in 1979, our thinking on the philosophical, ideological, and strategic issues was well crystallized. Philosophy tries to understand man and his motivations. Ideology deals with the ideas about the management of society, and strategy deals with the methods used to implement whatever plans you have for society. On the side of philosophy, we had, by that time, by the time we defeated Idi Amin, we had discovered that while there may be some altruistic actors in society, the majority of the people were egocentric. Hence, the wisdom of using the private sector in the economy without banishing completely the use of the parastatals. On the side of ideology, we discovered that in order to create prosperity for our people through the production and sale of goods and services, we need to emphasize the 4 principles. And these are the principles of patriotism, loving Uganda, Pan-Africanism, loving Africa, social-economic transformation, and democracy.